Hey everyone, we're having some technical difficulties here. I don't know which audio is working here because apparently one of the cameras decided not to work. Hi everybody. Hi. Oh god. This is a typical live stream. Oh, here we go. Oh, where is it? It's not adding. What happened? It's not here.
You can plug it back in.
Okay. Should. Take two. This is gonna be so fun to edit. We're gonna be like, what the?
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Camera.
There we go. Camera ready. Camera ready. Okay. Yeah, that's the one thing. Let me mute my. Oh god. Here, I'm gonna figure out how to. Alright. I want to be able to see the restream chat. Hey, Khaki, I think you're watching. Okay. Alright, there we go. We've got 3 people watching. Woo!
Hey, how's
awesome.
it going?
Hey, everybody. I'm not visible. Where we gotta go? Oh, there's a delay.
Anyway, this a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's try.
Hi. Hello. There's such a lag.
A little bit. Let's see.
There's a little bit of a lag here. The candle in the corner is on fire. Oh. Wait. We're looking at the delay.
Okay.
Oh my god. I look like I have one giant eyeball. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, no, this is good.
We're good. Okay, cool.
Okay, hey everybody, welcome to Mind Over Mania. My name is Christian, and today we are doing free tarot readings on our live stream today. This show used to formerly be known as Drunk Tarot, but we are not drinking today, and neither are we drunk, but we will bring the vibes as though we are drinking.
High life, baby.
With our laughter, with our joy, with our awkward pauses. You know, that's usually how we roll over here.
Comedy.
Yeah, but as I said, my name is Christian, and today I have a special guest with me. My friend Daniela is here from Purple Star Tarot. We met just this year via Facebook Marketplace while I was selling some of my tarot decks, and she was kind enough to want to team up on different tarot projects, and she's starting her own tarot reading business, and I said, hey, come on the show and come meet everybody out there. Hey, Sam! Sam's from the UK. He's cool like that.
Awesome! Welcome!
Yeah, so tell me about what it is you all do, Daniela.
So with Purple Star Tarot, I started reading tarot cards a long time ago with friends, and I kind of like giving advice, and I'd love to help get the messages from Spirit for other people. So I started doing a tarot business, and I'm just going to different markets, and as well as I read online, send messages to people online as well. But outside of that, I also like crafting, so I make a lot of crafty thingies with my hands to keep me busy. So I've been doing a lot of earrings lately.
I actually bought some of her earrings for my best friend Stephanie. If you're watching, hi. she's the one who made your earrings. Yeah, and those are pretty awesome. Yeah, and I know you're very, very skilled. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now because the first time I got a reading from her, she was all like, oh, I'm nervous, and whatever, and I was like, don't be, and she just came in and just blew me out of the water. She is one of the most synchronistic people I have ever met. It's to a point where she was visiting me while I was doing a vendor market, and we were just kind of talking, and it was just 8 different, very specific synchronicities. It was down to the point where she was talking about a cat and a snake tattoo. And I had just bought a snake, and I just got a cat all in the same week. And it was this... Yeah, it was kind of crazy, because I was sitting there talking to her, and I'm like, And she's like, oh, that, by the way, and then, like, the smell of roses reminds me of my grandma, and then I was like, my grandma just passed. It was just, like, this very cool thing. And so I'm really excited to showcase what Daniela can do today. Okay, so typically how I like to start off my live streams, I usually start with a collective message for everybody to get everyone kind of warmed up, and also for the folks that are thinking about what questions they have. If you want to request one of us to read, that's fine, but what we're kind of doing is, as usual, it's first come, first serve. We get the list going, and then me and Danielle are going to switch off when it comes to readings. And also keep in mind, for you guys out there, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Show us some love in the chat. If you would like a reading, you have to post your question in the chat. We're doing 10-minute reads today, and then if we don't have a lot of requests, then we'll just kind of keep rolling with it. But yeah, right now it's just one per person, unless we have a lag in the chat, which things will probably pick up in about a little bit. So usually the beginnings of live streams are slow. So yeah, okay. Do you think we should talk about a particular topic for today's collective, or do you want to see me go?
I mean, honestly, like I can just start rattling off synchronicities of things I've seen today, but I don't know if that is the vibe we want to go or not.
No, go for it.
I mean, like, I've been really reflecting a lot on things that came up that had to do with rain. Like, it's been rainy season in a lot of places, and hopefully we're getting more rain where we need it, where there's fires. But I walked into like 3 different places, and like the song that started playing was talking about rain, thunder and rain, and you know, like all the songs you could think of, like all in today. I was playing my VR headset even, and it's like I picked a random playlist, and the songs there were talking about the rain, and I was like really reflecting on this is a time for cleansing, you know, April showers, May flowers kind of thing. Like, so I'm like, God bless the rains in Africa. Like, honestly, like honestly, like, so like that's just what I've been thinking of, that, and like the stability that needs to come, like to be able to stand your feet in the ground. So I don't know, that's kind of just what I've been thinking about, but I'll let you decide where we're going from here. Probably with our collective message.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, when you were talking about rain, I was thinking of that song, and then another one from a band that maybe nobody knows unless you listen to like Radio Disney in middle school. There's a boy band knockoff of NSYNC called Dream Street, and there's something like, feel the rain pouring down on me, and I was just like, I call your name, and I was just sitting there like, oh, that was a blast from the past. I just had this moment of, oh no, is this gonna be nostalgia? Are we gonna do like, please go back? Like, are we having some Justin Bieber energy going on here? Because that has been a whole thing in the collective. We got a question from the chat here. What sign are you, Daniela?
I am a Capricorn, January 9th birthday.
There you go.
Capricorn sun, Taurus moon, and Leo rising.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, no, Sam's always very curious because he's really into astrology too, which Daniela is also pretty into astrology too, which we can touch base into that a little bit later. Because I'm gonna grill your brain a little bit on astrology topics, because as y'all kind of know, I know some things about astrology, but a lot of what I do is kind of just like, hey, I just gotta talk, and then it kind of works for people.
We can even talk about the moon.
We can talk about
the
moon.
Moon is in Cancer, quarter moon, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the lag in the chat. There is such a lag. Ah!
A little bit of
lag. A little bit of lag in my life. Oh my god, why is... I'm sorry! Okay, I forgot to tell you, because this is a rule, amongst me and my friends, is that Christian is not allowed to speak when people are drinking or eating, because I have a bad habit of randomly saying something and then they spit or they choke. I had a friend in college who literally vomited because she had stuff coming out of her nose because I did it at the wrong time. I came running out from underneath my my bed, and I started like pelvic thrusting, and she was so taken aback, and she just like, it was bad. Anyways, collective message. Ah, man, I don't know if it's my chaotic energy or it's okay. the collective is chaotic right now, which kind of makes sense. We've got a lot of global events going on right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, but there's also a lot of energy being released. That's something that I've kind of been... A lot of people are reluctant to admit, because when you see negative headlines, when you see the spiritual community, there seems to be a very polar opposite depiction of what's actually happening. There's the folks that are like, oh, well, everything's okay, and, you know, you just work through it, whatever, and then there's the other team that are like, you have no idea the hell that I'm living in. Everything was on fire, and now I want to light everything on fire, because there's nothing left for me to burn on my side, so I'm gonna burn your stuff. And so, when we have those two polar energies, it gets really tricky to determine, you know, are we going to be okay? Are my spirit guides correct? Because when it comes down to intuition is a very subjective thing. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that, quite frankly, you know, we're struggling to determine what is our particular role in all of these things. So I'm not going to say that that's what the cards are about, but that's kind of the energy that we're working with. And I feel like, in terms of divine guidance, I like to remind everybody right off the bat is, remember, your journey is your journey. No matter what anyone else is going through, it doesn't matter how successful one person is. It doesn't matter if you're going through a hard time right now. I'm not going to sit here and promise you it's going to get better, but I'm also not going to promise you that it's going to get worse. It's everybody's journey is their own, and it's about finding the resilience within yourself and connecting to spirit so you know how to navigate it. I think it's very important as spiritual practitioners that we're realistic and grounded when we're giving advice, because once again, I'm not going to say everything's okay, but also at the same time, like, when you have such confidence in your spirit guides and your ability to trust that the universe is putting things that are meant for you in the way, it really helps with overcoming challenges and learning how to see that. Because I think half of the journey isn't so much about faith. I think it's actually being able to connect with our spirit guide team. Because you need faith, but there's a lot of times of being like, hey, when I see 222, is that me and my pattern recognition, or is that a spirit guide thing? And so that's kind of some of the stuff we talk about in Mind Over Mania here. Do you have any comments about that?
Oh yeah, like definitely, like even if you just saying 222, like I was really thinking about like, what's today's date? It's like, oh, today's 4/4. I'm like, interesting. I'm like, but like, how does that make me feel? Like when I see 44 or 444, you know, like really thinking about like there might be a book definition of it, but like having to also understand like what's going on in the world around you and what's the emotion that you feel when you see that, to like understand what does that reoccurring synchronicity mean for me. But yeah, like it's really important to do what is for your highest good, and not just, oh, I think that the world wants me to do this. It's like, yeah, the universe might show signs, the people might show signs, but your emotions are what really shows the sign. And like keeping in check with, is it right for me? Is it going to help me propel towards the goal or what I want to achieve in life to be happy and successful? So yeah.
Right? And happiness and success too, you don't have to force yourself to be in that state if that's not where you're at. I think that's also another misnomer. But anyways, getting into the cards, let's see what Christian pulled today. We've got Coming Apart upright, and then we've got Peak of Joy in reverse. Oh shit. Okay. That kind of fits the vibe we were discussing, you know, where it's like it is difficult sometimes to maintain these peaks of joy. Or maybe right now some of you guys are celebrating the small things, which I think is important. And it's also okay, I'm specifically channeling that you guys need to make sure that you're celebrating your wins no matter how small. Because for some of you, especially if you're used to having financial success, or maybe your version of success looks different than what maybe is in alignment for you right now, I think right at this moment in time, Spirit's trying to either guide you towards a different path or guiding you closer to your own truth and your own value system, because your value system may change over the next couple of months, especially normally receiving. So this goes for all of the people that are used to channeling and have intuitive messages, or you're just beginning. This is what's really going to be part of that burning away period of belief systems that you're realizing, oh, actually that really didn't serve me, or determining how solid and founded or how grounded these other belief systems are. You know, because money isn't everything, and money can't always protect you. But also at the same time, if you don't have a stable foundation and you're not prioritizing what is valuable in your life, you can't hold on to it as easy if you don't have that foundation. With coming apart, I feel like some of you guys.
Did we freeze? Speaking of coming apart, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Did we freeze?
Did we freeze? Let's check in. Oh, let's check in with the chat. Can y'all hear me? Oh, shit. Okay, we're good.
We're good?
We're good.
Okay, cool.
We're good. Yeah! I don't know, I think it's just frozen on this screen.
Okay.
But, okay, Sam can hear us.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, so in terms of this card with coming apart, for some reason, okay, I don't know if y'all have been watching the hit show Severance lately. Severance is really, really good. It's about a guy who goes to work and separates his psyche, and it's a whole cool thing. I'm feeling like for a lot of y'all, when it comes to like these two cards, or these two girls that are back to back, we've got the light and the dark side and the shadow aspect. There's going to be a bunch of people that are going to be facing their shadow aspects during this next time. I think this is when you're either going to be really coming close to a revelation. Hi, Chelsea. She's the gooch. But also, there's something about connecting with your inner child and your inner wounds, because I'm seeing with this girl, I'm really getting this feeling that you guys are getting closer to what it is that you deserve. You just have to start trusting and valuing this shunned version of yourself. And there's something about the division between the shunned version of you and the version of you that's present that is gonna, that veil is gonna collapse, and then you guys are going to integrate together. That's definitely something that's going to be happening to a lot of people. And I'm also feeling it has to do with your root chakra too, because I'm seeing with the light there. Let's see what other cards we've got. We've got, she's never going to take your place. No one ever will again. Damn. Okay. Oh, I felt that in my, that was in my sacral chakra. Shit. Yeah, there's kind of like this energy of two parts of the whole coming back together. So, I don't know if this is like a twin flame type deal. I usually don't like that term, but there's definitely either some kind of an energy that was lost as a result of a relationship, and it feels like divine masculine, divine feminine. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't want to be stereotypical, but there's something about literally, this is like not just the energy of maybe you and an ex-partner, but there's definitely this energy of divine masculine, divine feminine, clearing some stuff out and unifying, and that goes for regardless of your gender right now, guys. This really feels like it's an integration of those two opposite energies together, and that no one ever will again. I think that's also where that integration of you and your subconscious coming together is going to be important, because you're finally going to be reaching that point where you're saying, hey, enough is enough. I am who I say I am, and that's going to be what starts putting you back into alignment with the things that are meant for you. Because some of you guys were chasing people that you either thought was your twin flame, or there was like a relationship that was really a reflection of yourself, but you weren't able to face that version of you yet. And so, yeah, I'm feeling like false beliefs. You're going to really face some of these images and illusions that you guys have been facing. It's something about like your place. Like, you're going to find where you're supposed to be situated. Yeah, that's what the collective is kind of going. So again, only take what resonates, but I am feeling there's a collective shift where when all of this stuff crumbles apart, you're going to see who you actually are, and you're going to realize all these parts of you that you had maybe guilt or shame or you couldn't have access to, you're going to see again, but you're going to see it in a new light, and you're not going to be looking for it in other people, which that is such a huge growth thing. Yeah. I think we're all excited for that kind of energy, but also I just want to say I'm super proud of you guys, because I know a lot of the people that have been showing up on this channel, you guys do work hard, and you are doing your healing work, and your spirit guides team are letting me know, like, make sure you guys are giving yourselves a pat on the back, because this stuff is not easy, and you're putting in the work. You know what I mean? You understand that even though, yeah, it's not a peak of joy right now, I understand that that's not going to be forever, and we're going to get through this no matter what. Okay, we've got your love sends me to the moon and back. Yeah, again, I feel like there's this energy of like, you're looking for that energy out externally, but as you're healing, it's going to keep coming closer and closer back to yourself. And you're going to understand there's almost something about like a selfishness I'm kind of feeling, where it's almost like you feel selfish if you're pulling that same energy from within, when it's like that is not the same as the people who hurt you. I'm going to say that again. That is not the same as the people who hurt you, because y'all don't go out there and take energy from other people. If anything, you're expelling energy to the wrong people. So when you realize that well is meant for you first and then other people, I know we hear this a lot in spiritual communities. We hear it a lot in the self-help, but there's a huge difference between experiencing it and when you realize how deep that love is that you have for yourself on the inside. It's not going to come out selfish when you face the shame of this. Because there's a lot of y'all in collective right now, again, only take what resonates, but there's a lot of it where you were either at some point shamed for having the love that everybody wants, and because you have it inherently. When you start taking it for yourself, other people can't take from you, okay? Other people can't take from you. And that's what you're going to learn, and suddenly you're not going to feel ashamed for taking care of yourself, okay? We've got, I want to see you fly. I'll support you as you soar. Oh, these are cute messages from Spirit Guides. These are so cute. Yeah, your Spirit Guide team's like, you know, you're kind of resisting flying right now, but again, a lot of you guys, you're starting to take off. Like I'm seeing the plane starting to roll. It's just you need to remember that you can fly. And then when you remember that you can fly, when all of this crumbling and you unify back together, it's just going to be fireworks and candy corn and whatever. Candy corn. I was going to say candy cane, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Thank you for laughing, because this is what I do.
I don't know, like, when I hear candy cane, I just think of the movie Jeepers Creepers for some reason. Like, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I trust that everything that gets said on these podcasts or these live streams, there's some kind of synchronicity that someone out there... I just trust. I know, y'all weirdos, you know, you randomly drop things in my chat during live streams sometimes, and you're just like, oh yeah, I was thinking about that movie the other day, and I'll be like, I know, because that's why she's here. She
Where'd you get those peepers? That song, like, Jeepers Creepers, why'd you get those peepers? Like...
Maybe you got some pretty eyes. Hey. No, I've been okay. Lucky. I've been practicing, or I've been trying to sing Bad Bunny songs, and so I've been practicing the specifically to use on someone who'd be like, "Ay, Titi me preguntó."
That's so crazy. Like I was like literally listening to music in Spanish like almost all day today too. So it's like, okay, cool. Can I mention what I saw with these cards here? Like when you first pulled out these like the purple and green, like I love those colors together, purple and green. And like
those are your colors.
Those are my colors, purple and green. But like it's like a vibe thing, like where I see there's purple people, there's green people, and for some reason, like I'll like date somebody who's like, oh, I love green. It's like, oh shit, I'm a purple person, or like we'll both like we're purple people. It's like, but I saw like even like to your message of like, okay, this is when I think like even my necklace, I wear my crown chakra on my heart, you know, to remind me to make good heart and mind decisions. You know, sometimes you have to use your logic, you have to use your intuition, you have to know, so this is like purple, and then the green, that's your heart chakra. And like I really think about like, oh god, like peaks of joy, like upside down, like my heart like turned upside down because I was coming apart because of a situation. But like just even seeing like the numerical synchronicities, like I like to do, like just seeing like the 3 + 3, like I know it's a master number, but if you add that together, you got 6, and we got 6, 2 6s, and that's Cancer. That's where our moon is right now, and like that's like even thinking about like how that like relates to each other. Like
I told you, you all saw it.
And like today with the 4, it's the 4 energy of stability. Like, you know, having to like think about like that's what the 4th house is. Like if you look at Cancer, you see that's the sign of the 6 and the 6, so it could be a 6 and a 9 put together. Like if you, because I don't always take it in numerical value, sometimes it's just pattern value, but
yeah, 69 is a great pattern.
I mean, it's there, but it's also Cancer. I mean, but no, like thinking about stability and home, and like the 4 also is that energy. It's like just thinking about like coming apart, like the house like coming apart, but knowing that joy is like thinking about like my middle name actually translates to joy, so like I think about that all the time. It's like joy is like a state of mind, like it's like being able to be joyful even though like you're on your low parts of your life, like trying to come back up the mountain, you know, like being able to find joy in all places is like super important. And like whatever the message is that's coming out, like they also want you to feel the joy too. Like just loving seeing that energy. It's like I was just so excited when I see purple and green together. So like, I have to say something.
No, absolutely. I appreciate your feedback. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. We have say the words "I love you" and I'll come running. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is I keep feeling like it's like this tugging in my solar plexus. It went from sacral chakra to solar plexus, where I feel like there's something that when you clear out this energy, guys, like, yeah, you're talking about that joy. It's almost feeling like it's coming, guys. The big one is coming. You just have to get through this final hump. And I don't know. I'm super excited for you guys. Like I really feel like the I'll come running. It really feels like you're gonna get hit with a lot of good news. And I'm not just saying that because I know there's a lot of that kind of content out there, but like genuinely, I'm like, Spirit's saying I love you, and I'm coming. And yeah, I don't know. Again, it just feels so like this could be also my own self-doubt in this current moment in time, but it's kind of like this energy of being like, hey, it's okay even if you're doubting, even if you're worried. It's not like that's going to change your relationship with Spirit. Spirit's not going to go away just because you're having a bad time or the world's going to hell. Like, you're always there being supported by the universe. You're always there being supported by your ancestors. Even if you had issues with your ancestors in the past, they still love you unconditionally at a soul level, okay? And knowing that you're not alone, that you are capable of flying. When I was talking about that airplane, you guys have that in you, all right? Everybody here, all of y'all watching are little airplanes, okay? And it's important to remind yourself that when you remember how to do it, it's going to be okay. Now, some of y'all, I know metaphors can be also kind of tricky too, because you're like, what do you mean by airplane? I mean, everyone tells me all this metaphorical stuff and it never like applies to my life. And the reason why it's a metaphor is because you have to experience that feeling of flying in yourself. So for me, for example, getting to do online tarot readings or being on stage, so that's something cool. So for those of you that are online that haven't been keeping up with my social media, I've been doing drunk tarot in front of a live audience, guys. I've been doing vendor markets. I've been busy. I'm also working on other projects, so I know I've been away from the internet for a while. But like when I was on stage, I for the first time ever had no stage fright whatsoever for the first time in my life, and it was literally just because I was just doing this. Like this made me feel comfortable, and that's what flying to me felt like. Was when I finally said, you know what? I want to go and have a good time. Why am I even afraid? Because I'm literally doing the same thing that I've been doing for years, something that I enjoy, and I'm doing it with a friend. What am I scared of? And when I had that taking flight moment, it was so easy. And that's what it should feel like for you, is if you're sitting there going like, man, you know, I'm really good at like writing, but I never want to do this, or blah, blah, blah. Like you talk yourself out of things, when really it's as simple as saying, hey, Danielle, do you want to come on my show and do a live stream? And you're like, yeah, okay. And then
just do it.
Yeah, just do it. And you know what we're gonna do is next week too. I just got invited back to Social Workers Awareness Day at the Austin State Capitol, the state capital of Texas, guys. I got invited back to speak about the unification between mental health and spirituality and spiritual community. So I'm gonna be speaking in front of a crowd. Hopefully, there's a lot of people like there were last year. Last year there were almost 1,000 people at that event.
Wow.
And so you can go up and speak, and I'm going to start speaking about this stuff. And so when we're talking about flying, like, it's easy too. Like, what's meant for you will find you. Getting back to the cards, because sometimes this turns into a motivational rant, and I need to keep up with it, but you guys stick around, so that's why I love you. You don't need to be anybody else. I don't want them, I want you. Yeah, okay? Like, y'all, don't pretend that you need to be somebody else right now. Okay? Be yourself 110% and make sure that you remember that, like, Spirit will send what's meant for you, motherfucker. You. Not the person that's sitting behind the camera and all that other stuff. You. Because I notice a lot too with content, you know, everybody wants to feel that, but we're always sitting there quietly inside being like, they don't actually mean me. They don't actually mean me. I was like, well, guess what? There are 4 people on this live, and I'm talking to all 4 of yous. Okay. Oh God, I sound like my dad. I'm talking to all 4 of yous. All of you have a place, and you have a destiny, and whatever that is, it's going to be a good thing. Okay? And I want you guys to understand that that message is specifically channeled for you guys. Okay? Snaps, right? Because, like, here's the thing, is, like, you don't have to go out there and be doing stuff like what I'm doing. Literally, you would be amazed at how often people's lives get changed by just being nice to someone in the grocery store. There's so much you guys can do that help the world every day just by being yourselves, because you guys are all amazing, and I'm very thankful and glad that I attract a lot of amazing people in my life, and that's why I want all y'all to meet, because all y'all are cool. And I'm so sad that all of you live far away, but that's why we do these internet things, you know, and we're still able to share that love and amazingness. And it's okay to come apart, because sometimes you gotta fall apart to find out who you are. That happened to me, you know. My life fell apart many, many times, and now I'm finally at this point where I'm like, screw it. You know what I mean? What is actually holding me back? Oh, that self-doubt, that self-pity, blah, 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 blah. I labeled myself as this, and this, and now I'm gonna create my own life that I want, and if it doesn't fall in, like, if so I try to do something and that falls apart, then okay, because I know that means Spirit's gonna put something better. Because Spirit, I'm a stubborn person. All of y'all know that I make decisions with my ego on the regular, and then Spirit comes in and says, hey, I know you have really great intentions. I know that you are very smart and you're very, you know, determined to do what you're gonna do, but if you just come over here, have a Snickers, sit and chill, and we're gonna give you something better, it's gonna be okay. And it will be okay, guys. I was
wondering about that. I was looking at that and I was like, wait. I was looking at that. I was like, wait. I was gonna say something about that. It's like time just literally stopped right now, guys. Like,
okay, guys. Like, for
10 minutes.
I was like, it's gonna be a 10-minute collective message, and the time stopped. Okay.
So what's really crazy, okay, no, I brought my timer, and I did bring mine, and I was, like, thinking, okay, I was like, no, Chris has this, I don't need to worry about my stuff, and, like, I'm, like, literally have been looking at this clock, like, I was like, 10 minutes.
No, but like, that's the thing, that happens to me, like, time will stop, like, I'll talk to people, and it feels like we go into, like, the zone of, like, a different dimension, and then, like, we come back out, and then we're like, shit, what time is it? We gotta go home. So, alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. Last 3 cards. We got Justice in Reverse. That's pretty cool. We've got
11 and 33. Doubles more to your twin flames that we don't want to...
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 11 and 33. Okay.
I'm sorry, Sam. I don't want to trigger you.
I'm sorry.
I'm crying. I'm crying. No, it's okay. And then we've got the 9 of Wands upright. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know why, I'm feeling victory with this card. There's some type of challenge. I think it might be either victory over yourself, or like, for example, with the 7 of Cups in reverse, it's all about options, right? And choices. And for me, it just feels like there's a reluctance to choose. Maybe some of you guys, you've got multiple interests, or maybe you're kind of like, I can't decide what direction or choice to make because I want to make the right one. When the reality is, make the wrong one first, so then you know what the right one is. Do it in a hypothetical situation. Like, don't like sell your house or something crazy. But you know what I mean? Like, focus on what's wrong for you, and then it's gonna make the right option look good. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more card because my eye kept getting drawn to this deck, and I'm like, why? One more romance card. I know it's complicated and hard. I still want you anyway. Okay, cuties. All right, that was the collective message. Yay! I need like a laugh track. I can't wait till my equipment kind of upgrades. I mean, I did have an upgrade, guys, but my cat decided to jump up on the shelf up over here and knock down 2 plants, and absolutely coat my whole new computer setup and my work laptop with dirt. And some of the keys are sticking, and I just had to sit there and say, okay, this is how it is today. Yeah, but it all worked out, and I can't wait to show you guys the new content and stuff. For those of you that do follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I am now releasing a pick a card reading each week. I have been working very hard on getting a bunch of recorded videos together, so please go and check those out. And again, like and subscribe for more of that content. And then I'm going to be getting my blog up and running. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on here. And what kind of stuff do you have going on, Daniela? Because I know she's busy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff, and I have some things coming up. Like even tomorrow, if you're in the Austin, Texas area watching this, I don't know where these people are at.
Oh, they're from everywhere. Yeah, so
from
Sam's
everywhere.
from
Okay.
Sam's from UK, Chelsea's from PA.
Awesome. Well, if you happen to be in Austin area, I will be setting up at an event tomorrow at this place called Cosmic Saltillo, which I'm going to be doing tarot readings as well as vending my arts and crafts, and all of that's on my blog, or not blog, but my website, or my web appearance. So you can find me on Instagram and link into my link tree and see all my colorful vibes that I have there. But in addition to that, like I post readings like on my actual page. I do like pick a oracle cards. I do I'll do kind of like a today's message, like general reads as well. I'll usually like get like 2 cards when I feel drawn to do it and share the message and the synchronicities and all the numbered geekiness that I like to do with my patterns. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on. Some events coming up.
Yeah, what's really cool about Daniela, so when she came over here to set up and get ready for the live stream, she showed me this book about how tarot reading or tarot cards affect your psyche and all that other stuff. So like, you know, the whole theme with Mind Over Mania is like mental health and spirituality, and I just want to say again, like, if you ever get a reading from her,
show it to me there?
Yeah, you can absolutely show.
Here's the book here, the Neuroscience of the Tarot. So it's been really interesting, just because if you're a visual person, you like to see graphics of brains and how it's like interacting with the way that you meditate and when intuition kicks in, and also relating it to tarot cards. Super interesting stuff that I like to look at in my free time and then apply it to the world that we live in.
Yeah, I was going to say that sort of stuff is just super interesting. And, you know, tarot, you know, throughout the history of it, it's been used kind of as its own form of therapy before therapy was really established, you know. So it's super interesting when they tie like all the archetypes and stuff back together. But I know there's a lot of psychology purists that are like, oh, you know, that's all that woo-woo stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, do you know how woo-woo your brain actually gets when you reach a certain level of learning about it? If this is the metaphor we're going to use to get through our daily lives, I would much rather stick with the tarot reader who tells me exactly how I'm thinking and feeling than someone that is just being like, well, I'm going to look at the book and just kind of be like, according to page 57... and the look in your eyeballs, I think you may have schizophrenia. It's like, that's not what schizophrenia is. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm sorry, you're my...
Check the boxes, don't you? Because you're just the... Yeah, no, okay.
you look like you're due for a lobotomy, okay?
Thank God we're not in the 1950s anymore.
Well, we might be heading there. Like, I've been telling people, at some point I'm going to be selling merch, you guys, and because we've been, like, talking about, like, stickers and stuff, and since she makes cool art and knows a lot of artists, I was like, I want to start making stickers so I can actually sell things at these vendor markets, and I want to make a sticker that says, not well enough for the wellness farm.
I love that. I love that.
Right? Because I'm literally sitting there being like, listen, if they ship me and Daniela off to the wellness farm, first of all, we're probably going to coordinate a jailbreak, or at least you're going to be, it's not going to look like it's coming from you. I'm going to be the one that they're going to target first. But I feel like together we'll just be casually talking to someone and be like, no, it's okay, you can get through this. Oh, I found this key. That's really strange. Oh, this opens the door. Oh, hey, everybody, let's get out. Or we'll just start singing campfire songs and then annoy everybody and...
Decoy distraction.
Right? Yeah. Okay, y'all, so now that
Do you have some questions or anything in there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's get started into the readings. If you are interested in having your tarot read, please post something in the chat. It's first come, first serve. These are 10-minute readings now that we have a working timer. Feel free to post something or ask Daniela and myself some questions. Sam left because he went to go eat. It's like, what, 2 a.m. over there? I mean, that's fine. I too get the 2 a.m. munchies. Oh, Chelsea said, cue the SpongeBob campfire song. C-A-M-P-F-R-I-S-E, Young Jig song. I feel like SpongeBob had such a detrimental effect on my family because my dad hates SpongeBob, and I feel now as an adult I am SpongeBob. And so it just kind of compounds on itself. Yes.
One thing I can mention, like, when you were talking earlier, like, I thought of a quote that I, like, kind of wrote down last year that I kind of reflect on a lot is, like, because, like, you were talking about, like, going through, like, little, like, trials and things to kind of get to the space where you can make yourself, like, where you can kind of, like, learn lessons. Like, I don't know the exact word you used, but that's kind of the feeling I got from it. And the quote that I have, like, my saying is, through catastrophe, I master me. And I really like that because, like, when it's happening, like, I feel like, oh my god, like, everything is coming apart. Like, everything is just, like, breaking down. But, like, I'm like, shit, okay, like, what were the little points? What were the little, like, highlights of, like, what did I feel actually was breaking? And, like, was it really? Questioning about it. But not, like, and, like, making myself go crazy, but, like, honestly just, like, thinking about, okay, well, what can I change better next time? Like, thinking about it as, like, a variable. Like, okay, well, all of the equation looked right, like, but that one variable just needed a little bit of tweaking. So, like, next time when I have to go, I see this pattern or I see this cycle repeating, then I'm like, okay, not gonna make that choice this time because I didn't like how it turned out last time. Or, like, what I can learn to, like, okay, maybe I was a little upset about something that happened that, like, I didn't need to react that way. Like, like, so, like, those kinds of things are, like, how to, like, dial back and, like, through that catastrophe, I'm now going to master me. I'm going to be not not reacting in the way that I didn't want to react because of whatever, like, so yeah.
Yeah, tying that back to SpongeBob, I was like, write that down. I was like, write that down. No, I absolutely love that because I think that really, one, that's an easy thing to remember, catastrophe, master me, and yeah, that's so synchronistic too because that ties into, like, Mind Over Matter with keeping your head above the chaos. It's the exact same thing where through trial by fire, learning to realize that, hey, I can either look at the situation as a problem or I can use it as a tool to teach. And I think, like, shifting that mindset is so crucial for getting out of things. And sometimes when you're in the thick of weed, sometimes you're like, this just sucks. But then when you come after it, you're like, oh.
Damn, I learned something.
Right? But, like, when you look back, you're like, whoa, I was kind of a badass for getting through that, And, like, because, like, I know what y'all's been through, okay? like, I know what you guys have been through. And so being able to say, hey, yeah, it was difficult in the moment, but I'm here now, and look at how much I grew from that. And being able to take a lesson away, even if it was a hard lesson, sometimes, like, when you have heartbreak or when something bad happens, it can be difficult to have that mindset when you're like, but I lost so much. But understanding that now you understand the value of yourself, like your values, kind of like what we were talking about at the beginning, is what's important to you the most, and valuing good people. I think that's been such a huge lesson for myself lately. Is, like, I always had good people in my life, but more than ever, I've definitely realized, wow, like, I really truly feel like I would not be here if it weren't for the people that helped me along the way, and being able to say, like, I am worthy of that. Because I used to think that, okay, well, I have all these nice people and they're just being nice to me, but, like, I don't deserve it secretly. And now I've kind of overcome that, where I'm like, no, actually, I have friends like that because I'm that way. and being able to say no, all of those like lying thoughts and self-doubts don't belong in my space anymore, and they don't belong in any of y'all's spaces, because I know how great you are, you know how aggressive I am about hyping you guys up, because it's true. And yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yes.
How was it saying in the chat over there? Anything?
Nope, nothing new in the chat
Okay.
right now.
Cool.
Yeah, we got one person on Twitch. Hi, person on Twitch. Come say hello. Yeah, and then we got people on YouTube, because otherwise, if we don't have questions for Tara, we could either start pulling cards, because I want y'all to see Daniela in action, because she's really, really good. Hey, Chelsea, I'm going to have Daniela do a reading for you. Because I feel like Chelsea's been a friend of mine for like a long time, and so, yeah, I'd love to see what I love to see what you can do for her. I was gonna say she doesn't know anything about you, Chelsea. So
yeah,
she.
I know nothing except for you're here on the chat. Awesome. Yeah. So I was like thinking about, I was like reading, like just pulling some cards and like seeing like how this resonates with someone. But yeah, Chelsea, I love that name too. Like I've had some friends named by it before in the past, and like how do you spell it? How do you spell it?
Chelsea Gooch. So Chelsey.
Sey. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's so many different ways to spell it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the Gooch.
Awesome. Well, do we want to do a reading here?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what messages Spirit have for Chelsea.
All right.
She's like, heck yeah, but hold up. What?
Yeah. Hold up. Okay.
No. Listen, you've been hanging out, but you haven't gotten a reading in a hot minute, so let me finish my task.
Okay, cool.
Girl.
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Kaki's watching, we could also do a random reading for Kaki. I don't know. Oh yeah, what deck are you using?
So the deck that I have is the Wandering Star deck. Who was it by? I can't remember their name, but I know I just posted it recently on my Instagram. I think their Instagram handle was like Taco Cat, maybe, like that palindrome. Something with those words in it, maybe. I can't remember. Yeah, I think their name might have been Cat with a K. So yeah, love this deck. I just love the colors, like of the cards are so.
Is that Sia?
It looks like it, right? I mean, like you see that pink and that black hair. It does look like that, right? Sia. The first song I think of is Thunderclouds. Going back to the theme of all these songs I keep hearing with like thunder and rain and stuff today, like Page of Pentacles. That's a beautiful card though. I love that hair. I love pink hair. Yeah, so this deck is really nice. I have this deck, and I also have this other deck that's called the Neotheric Feminine Tarot. So I think all the characters on it are female characters. So beautiful cards as well. Some of the decks that I use most often. I have other little fun decks that I use at home, and oracles. I think I only brought one oracle deck with me today though. Yeah. Like I picked up that oracle deck like 2 days ago because I was like, I really want to pull a card for myself out of that deck, and like I've just been like carrying it around with me for like a couple days. I haven't like pulled the card from it yet because I'm like, we'll see the elemental impact deck, see what comes out.
Okay, she's now able to observe her reading.
Awesome,
so.
Awesome, cool. Well, I already shuffled this deck, so I'm just gonna see what cards come out here. Let's see.
Wait, let me dust off the energy from the collective. Check out this broom, y'all.
Nice. It has these nice cool crystals on it too.
Yeah, it's got
amethyst
some
and carnelian. Maybe?
This is red jasper.
Red jasper. Okay, cool. So like either that or mahogany obsidian or something, but yeah, red jasper. Nice. Okay.
It's warm in here.
Dust me off. Cool. All right, let's get some cards out here. Oh, Sia's back. Sia's back.
Okay. Okay.
Well, okay. This one came out too. I did see it, so I'm going to Tower reverse. Okay. These thunderclouds. But yeah, let's get another card. I'm liking all the eyeballs though. Eyeballs. That's another reason why I love this deck. There's the eyeballs, but like, you know, they're strategically placed. You know, especially at that tower, like having your third eye on the ground and actually having the flowers at the top. Like, so I do see that still as positive tower. Like
a positive tower.
Well, I mean, it's not like super positive, but like. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, these are the 3 cards that we have so far. Page of Pentacles, Tower, and 7 of Wands. So with the Page of Pentacles, like it's so funny, like thinking like Sia, like, and then, like the word that's right at the top is like talent and skill. It's like, ooh, what talents and skills do we got here? Like a message of that even. I just look at these scales, like I don't know, like. The scales that are on there kind of look like dragon-y, but I did first think peacock. So like I'm just looking at these like peacock, like starting off like whatever your like talent is. Like, do you sing? Like I don't know, like knowing that Sia is a singer, like I don't know anything about you, Chelsea.
Yeah, so, I'm not giving anything away.
No clues, please. But like honestly, like I do feel like that popping out first, like there's like a message, like pages being the message, like, and pentacles, that's our grounded. Reminding me, get grounded. I'm getting excited. I just got really excited about that. Yeah, so I do feel like there is like maybe this even might even be the message to you that you have some talents, you have some like skills that you can apply towards like maybe either what you're currently doing for your job or like did mine not command it? Cool. Okay, okay. But like it kind of feels like there you do have some skills that either you are currently using or you need to use. Like if you're thinking about like, oh, how's my income going? Or like, is there any other like gifts that I can offer to the world or like income streams, or even maybe like even just like side, like I don't even know how you would do side music for money, but like that's just like kind of like what I'm seeing is like, yeah, like kind of like being that whatever your talent is, you have it, something that you've been thinking that you want to do that's going to be helpful. But it so the tower here is not actually like something like is going to just like burn on me like a tower. So like I said, it's not a negative tower, but it's actually more going back to even thinking about with the moon, like looking at the words here is like the first one that popped up is like release. It's like going back to that message of like there is something within that needs to be released, and like you need the courage to do that. So hopefully this message is like kind of like, okay, well, yes, that thing that I've been thinking about, yeah, I need to do it because like that's where we're going. Like the 7 of Wands, like so like the fire, it's just like seeing like materials are burning, but materials of like even like I'm at like maybe like a like it's not a sword, but like it still like kind of feels like that thought process of like, or something's like in your way, or even blocking yourself in a bit of way, like not wanting to release it and just holding it in and not sharing that.
Do you know where the blockage might be? Is it like energetic? Is it like a thought or?
Well, I wouldn't say it's thought, yeah, because like we don't. It's some kind of material like blockage. It feels like.
So like not having the resources to.
Yeah, exactly. A material blockage that's not allowing you to go. But there are people to support. I really want to see.
Oh, okay. I'm not saying shit, Chelsea, okay? She knows nothing, but I'm just like sitting here like...
Okay, so I always like looking at the top and the bottom deck of the deck just to like kind of get some clarification of what's going on. Like yeah, it did make me kind of sad, like even seeing this energy at the bottom. I'll just place them so we see. We have the Three of Swords. And then what's on top is the Four of Cups. 3, 4. So we have all the elements here. Oh my gosh, like right in the center. Okay, so this is a big deal for you. Like it's not just like all the energies are here. We have earth, we have water, we have fire, we have air, like the whole elements here. But there was like some kind of sadness. I don't know, like if I do definitely see that this is like relationship-ish kind of, with there being emotions as well as heartbreak together.
Like a romantic relationship, or like a family member, or like a friend? Or something else?
I feel like it's a good question. Like I honestly, like the first thing I glanced at was the 4 when you asked that, and 4 does make me feel that thought of like family and home and that stability and that kind of stuff. So there is like something with stability, with like home and life, that is part of the sadness feeling, as well as not having maybe not even having the stability, the support from family and friends to be able to pursue the things that you deep down are wanting to. It's kind of how I feel. But we have courage. Like there's a challenge. Like yeah, like anything that we really want is gonna be like a really tough challenge to be able to do it. But I do feel that we have. Yeah, hopefully that's like.
It's only realized, yeah.
Hopefully, like, yeah, like. But you have the courage. You have the courage to be able to move on. It's just being able to surround yourself with the people that are in alignment with what you want for your life.
Yeah, I was gonna say the camera's still.
Tower. I was just looking to see if we had comments. There's like tower. Yeah, tower. Okay, that's the last thing. That was 5 minutes ago. I probably talked for like 5 minutes before that, but
okay.
Yeah.
So
hopefully that's like, I mean, that's not like giving advice right now, but I feel like this is the beginning like of the story here.
Okay, so I think now Chelsea, she gave a pretty good reading. Now I can tell you what's actually happening.
Okay, please enlighten me.
So she just got cast as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz at a local show.
Wow.
So yeah, she's getting back into theater and whatnot, and that's pretty significant. So like when you were like, oh yeah, she's a singer, I was just like.
No, and like it's so funny, like you mentioned Dorothy, like
yeah,
I don't know, like a little bit about me, y'all. I'm from Kansas, like I'm from Kansas, and like I have a dog at home that's like a little Toto, like, and so it's just like super funny for you to even mention that, like.
See, that's what I said about the synchronicities. I'm just like.
When I was in Mexico, like literally I saw a rainbow, like I saw so many rainbow synchronicities, so I'm like, somewhere over the rainbow, like I had to, like. Yes, awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
The courage and take the challenge, like I see it now, like that's awesome.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too, Chelsea. Let me know when you need friendship support, because I will give you the friendship support. I don't want to say on the live our usual joke, but you know, it involves bodily autonomy that you got to remember that are there. Okay, remember that they're there. Okay, y'all don't want to know.
You only can imagine. Okay.
All right. Well, yeah. Anyways, for those of y'all that are still in the live stream, DMs are open. So if you're interested in getting a personal reading done tonight, please post your question in the chat, and we will get to you. We just wrapped up our reading for Chelsea. Also, feel free to ask us questions. Oh, Chelsea told us something. It's in the chat. Let's see. Oh, just laughing emotions. Yeah, remember. Yeah.
The 5th of November.
Remember the 5th of November. We got our V for Vendetta energy going on over here. Oh my gosh, yeah. I was gonna say, I'm sitting here thinking about, like, I also want to do a reading on. I keep hearing, like, Justin Bieber. Oh, she says, thanks for the reading.
Welcome.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been feeling like this Justin Bieber crashing out energy. That I don't know if it's just because it's been spamming my TikTok feed, but like I feel like there's just like a lot of people crashing out, and I'm like, it's not happening to me. It's not happening to my friends, but it's happening to all these other people. And I think that like spiritually, a lot of y'all that are sensitive out there, we get influenced by world events, things that go on in cities. Even if you're in a small town, you can really absorb energy. And so trying to stay grounded during times of big change, yeah, I think maybe that's something we could talk about, is how to keep your head above the chaos, or as you were saying before, you know, calamity.
Catastrophe.
Yeah,
catastrophe. Mastery.
Yeah, mastery during the catastrophe. Yeah, what are your advice to people about staying grounded during times of intense change?
Ooh. Really, like, kind of even going to what you were saying, like, before, is, like, congratulating yourself on those small wins kind of thing. Because, like, that's how I kind of feel, like, motivated, is, like, as long as I get a thing done today, or at least this week, that I at least feel like I'm accomplished, so like being able to ride on that momentum, like even making those like small little things goals, you know, just so you can like build up your like momentum bank of like good feelings that you have, you know, because like you kind of get that like I don't know, the right chemical that pops off when you're able to check off that to-do list thing. But
is that serotonin or
that, or dopamine? I don't know, maybe I don't remember which one it is, but
yeah, I mean, well, no, serotonin helps you with moods, I think,
okay.
And then dopamine's like getting that energy hit from like
that's what because like if I like can see that, oh, I did this little thing, it's like, okay, cool, now I can ride that wave and like continue to do another thing and like let that goodness snowball, instead of trying like feeling stagnant and like letting the worry about not doing the thing kind of snowball. And it's hard to do that, but it's like that's just where I kind of like try to get my baseline there so I can feel a little bit better.
Another thing I recommend to y'all is get yourself a big rock. Okay.
Cement yourself to the ground.
Yeah, no, in all jokes aside, actually, I do recommend this for if you are struggling with anxiety or having a hard time getting grounded, because especially if you're in the PTSD trauma realm, simple things like breathing exercises, meditation, they don't work.
Yeah.
When you're at a certain point, psychically, not from a psychological standpoint. So what I've often recommended to clients is getting a heavy object, whether it's a brick, a heavy rock, or whatever, putting it on your lap and anchoring your hips. That really does help, especially if you're struggling with a panic attack, because having that weight, especially in that area, forces your body to say, hey, I am not moving anywhere. I am sitting here, and it kind of helps also too, being able to grab onto something and squish it. Now, if you want to get into the spiritual side of things, you know, black obsidian is a great protection crystal. It's really great for grounding. We were even, right before the live stream started, we were like, wow, there's just like a lot of energy in here. So I was like, no, we need the chunk. And so I put it underneath it, and immediately we were like, oh, like, okay, like we balanced out the energies. So that's something I recommend also for those of y'all with big energies out there. You know, we've got, you know, lots of power, and you gotta just make sure that you contain yourselves, and sometimes you need a little extra help from nature. Go outside, y'all. Yeah, the grass is nice.
Like, literally, I was thinking that, okay, like the best of grounding was like being in the ground. Like if you can, like be outside,
plant
lay in the ground, stand in the ground barefoot, do some little earthing, like. But like honestly, like when you're thinking about like when you said big energy, I'm like literally like picturing inside of my body all the like energetic waves of like energy, like sparks just like flowing through the body, and it's like that's why like for me and people who have like ADHD, sometimes like seated meditation, even though it's helpful to maybe make your body be still or there's benefits for that, but it's like when I have all this energy inside of me, it's like I can't just sit still. I need to do something with it. So it's like either yeah, it's grounding by making your hips stay in place, but then the other is like if you feel that energy and you need to move, it's like I'm getting on my bicycle, I'm going to go for a walk in the woods or something like that, because like I need to move, or I'm just gonna dance, you know, like get that energy. And like honestly, movement in the hips, like thinking about like somatic therapies, like a lot of things get stuck in the hips, you know, like I've been feeling tight myself, so I'm like recently, so it's like I just need to move. I need to do this movement, and like that stops that like that not stops, or like it helps that stagnant flow of like energy. It kind of breaks it up a little bit. So if you need to move
right,
outside.
Well, and tied to your point, when you talk about somatic exercises, what I've found really helps is do a somatic exercise before you meditate. That way you kind of get it out of your system, and then you can sit. Because if you are anxious and you try to sit and meditate, especially for those people that if your brain is very active, it will not work, and it will ruin the meditation trying to force your mind to do something that it's not ready to. And there are links to my blog. I haven't published the blog post yet, but it's going to be out there at some point. I'm going to have a list of somatic exercises that you can find on YouTube, as well as an explanation of what are somatic exercises, and just getting you back in touch with your body, because your body, like, if you don't have a connection to your body, there's only so much meditation can do. And there's a lot of different things about meditation, where there's different types of meditation, and their overall effectiveness. I know there's a lot of push for it, but again, when you look at the whole overarching picture holistically, not everybody has the ability to rest their mind. Or if you've been in a fight or flight, functional freeze type energy for a long time, you're not going to know what normal feels like. And so having a reference point, slowly getting back down and grounded, helps. And even too, there's been times where my therapists, you know, depending on what state I'm at, sometimes you're not supposed to get grounded. That can sometimes trigger things if you are in an unsafe environment and you're forcing yourself to ground when you're not, like, you need to be in that headspace to get out of there. It can actually not be good for you. So that's why I share that disclaimer out there, because it really is situational, and that's why I very much support working with a therapist or a mental health professional, so that way you can tackle all areas. Like, we tackle the spiritual element of thing, but then also to knowing what works best for you. The last thing we want is people trying to be like, oh, we're gonna pick and choose different things, and then you know what's best for you, but there's a timing for things. And always have patience with yourself whenever you're trying to heal from big things. So okay, I kind of want to play a game, because I'm like, we don't have any questions in the chat for new tarot readings. So kind of part of me wants to, what if we each pull a random card from a deck, and we'll sit and try to see what Spirit's trying to tell us. Okay. I don't know, I kind of got like a, let's do something together.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so choose your weapon. Alright. And then we're going to just set an intention, like whatever Spirit wants us to channel together, and then we're going to try to figure out what the message is. Ooh, that was so weird. Did you feel that? Okay, for the audience that just has no idea what's happening, like, we kind of just like tapped in, and I had like this like Dragon Ball Z moment.
Yes, I felt it. Yes.
The mother.
Yes, I felt it. That's funny.
It was literally like a little ping pong ball going do, and I was like, ooh, that was like a, what is it, the from Dragon Ball Z, where they do the fusion thing. I was like, ooh,
that's funny.
Okay, let's see, what does Spirit want us to channel? That's my one card. Sorry, I crossed my legs. Didn't screw up. Oh, we got the Four of Cups in reverse, and we got the Magician. Oh, I'm hearing something about like transmuting. energy.
Even like flipping it.
So almost like the Temperance card?
Yeah, almost like that. Like flipping those cups over, like transmuting, like I'm bored of this. I'm ready to move on to the next thing.
Well, it's kind of like I'm seeing like, so I love this Four of Cups because you've got the skull that has like all that water's clearly dripping from his head. And what I'm feeling is it's almost like you guys have cried enough. Like there's kind of this energy of like you need to stop focusing on the past and reminding yourself that just because there's all this on the floor, you still got some left in your cup. And even if you're feeling like really exhausted right now, there's something that you guys should be sharing with the world that's going to help all of this water like fill you right back in, right? Because there's something about like you guys are giving away too much of your energy and you're crying about it when they're saying like that energy was not supposed to be spilled, that energy was not supposed to go towards these people or that particular situation or your past. Like get out of the past. You've got a bright future, guys.
I really even see like with the water being up high, it's like almost the symbol of like a sponge or like a cloud, how like all the water has like been re-evaporated to be distilled, and that's the magician alchemy power of like distilling that energy back down into, okay, now this is new pure clean water that I'm going to be using for my next magic trick.
Well, and I was even looking at your card, my eye was focused on action, where there's something about, like, for this pile, or for you guys that are watching right now, you need to start taking action. Whether it be developing a skill, or whether it be using the skills that you have, because for some of y'all, you are very smart and you are intellectual, but if you're not using what you were given, then that intelligence doesn't go anywhere. Right? And so, I think, yeah, during Chelsea's reading, you were talking literally about, like, you know, having that skill and finding that deeper. I think some of you guys, you gotta admit that you have superpowers. You gotta admit to yourself that, hey, actually, I am that person, and there's a reason why I'm crying about not doing, oh god, I'm calling myself out here. I was suddenly just like, well, because one of the things that I'm going to be going into is I want to start making music. I've always been into music, and it wasn't really until I moved to Austin, like, I wrote this book, it was like a whole big long thing. All of it came down to the fact that I was so afraid of admitting that, yeah, I am a musician, and I do like to make music, and I've been so hard on myself and judging myself because I'm like, well, I gave up on music, so I'm never going to be able to make music again. It's like, what? No.
You're a musician.
No, I am a musician. Like, I'm literally sitting here being like, please get me back on a drum line. Like, oh my god, like, let me just sit and play music and make it for days.
I resonate with that, like, so hard. Like, I can't be without the music, like, whistling. Everything is, like, songs, synchronicities. Like, I've even been called, like, the music whisperer just because, like, I have, like, songs will come to my mind. And I'm like, oh, that makes me think of this person. And they're like, oh, how did you know? And I'm like, or like random songs will just, yeah, it's just so interesting, like, to be so connected with music, and like, you know, that like that is, it touches my soul, and to be able to like, I can do music, I can pick up instruments, I can push buttons, so I feel that energy a lot myself too. So it's like interesting that we're here, like, even feel like, not interesting, like, of course.
Yeah, but like, you know, back to you guys collective, like, y'all are doing similar things where it's like, maybe your passion isn't music, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's making some kind of an art, maybe it's acting, maybe it's whatever, but the point is, the spirit is saying, like, the difference between your art and someone else's is that you guys are channelers at the same time. You guys are being divinely guided to do this, because here's the point with art is, the point of art is not to make money. You can make money, which, you know, to your point when you were talking about doing music as a side hustle, you can definitely make that bag depending on how you do it if that's your goal. But at the end of the day, the whole purpose is you transmute energy that way. For people that are musically inclined, whether you're a singer, whether you're an actor, whether you love to listen to music, that helps you transmute energy. And I've done this for tarot readings. So there was a party I worked one time where I had very intelligent people that were my clients for the party. And there was one particular guy where he kind of had the opposite problem with most people, where he was always in his creative side, that he needed to get back into his logical brain to give the right side of his brain a break, to then open up things again. And I see that a lot with a bunch of y'all that are multi-talented, is that when you push too much of your mental energy in one area, It does not matter if the art you make doesn't make sense. It does not matter if you can't sell it or if anyone can't look at it. If you don't make it, that piece of your brain, that little gremlin that is always causing you harm, it's not allowed to exist in its completely unfiltered way, and then it will block your ideas in other areas. And so that's why, again, with education, there's a reason why liberal education, where you are taught about various different types of areas, they found that your intelligence increases when you are utilizing different areas of your brain and exercising them. And that's kind of the whole exercise of that. And so take this as a reminder to you guys that, like, even if it's something as basic as coloring, even if it's you sitting there being like, you know what, I'm going to stand in the shower and I'm going to try practicing singing my favorite song. Even if it's you, like what I was doing is practicing the "I" from Bad Bunny. What's how good that sounds? I was like, "I." No, that wasn't good. But you know what I'm saying? Like, even just getting to do that and feel silly doing it, after a certain point, you will feel silly, and you'll get over that because it's about allowing yourself to exist as you are. And the more you label yourself as cringe, especially when it comes to like creatives, it's kind of like being like, why do we gotta call ourselves cringy? Why do we gotta make fun of ourselves when it's like you just started? You know? And even if you have been making music for a while, like, who cares? Like, you shouldn't be your first bully, guys. And I'm saying this out loud to myself, but also to the fact that we all do it. Very talented people do it all the time, and we gotta stop that. We gotta stop the trend. We're gonna start it here, right now. Everybody here, we're committing to not doing that to ourselves on a regular basis, because all of you guys, like, I promise you, every single one of y'all, you have something inside of you that if you came to me and said, like, actually, I was doing this creative project back in middle school, this is what it, and I'd be like, holy shit, like, you did this in middle school? What is wrong with you? I'd be like, why aren't you doing this now? And then you're just like, I don't know, I mean, like, I went and I got this degree, and then I got a boyfriend, or then this happened, and then I'll be like, but why aren't you finishing the series? I read this, you know what I mean? Like, why aren't you doing this thing?
Right.
And, you know, I feel like we make excuses all the time when it's like, what, like, if you were talking to your best friend, and you were like, yeah, how was that project you were working on a long time ago? You're like, oh, well, I didn't work on it. And then everyone gets that, like, really sad face. It's like, no one cares about what you told your boss last week or whatever. Like, there's a certain point where you gotta say, life deserves to be fun. I deserve to be made fun of just because, like, having fun is part of the deal. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like, you have to, like, honestly, like, what drives you? Like, a life without passion is, like, it's sad, you know? Like, and, like, if you've, like, hung up your creative, fun inner child card because I've grown up to, now I have to do my 9-to-5 job, and it's like, if you don't have that creative outlet, like, where's it going? And, like, honestly, like, there's actually a song that I really like by, like, Parliament Funkadelic. I don't know if anyone listens to Funkadelic, but, like, it's called, like, Pro-Mental Psychosis Backwash. But it's, like, it's a long title, but honestly, it's, like, really, like, just illustrating how, like, we ingest, like, just like food, you know, we eat food and we have to get rid of it, you know? Like, so, like, our mental is also eating things, you know? Our emotions are also, like, we're intaking so much, and, like, we don't have a way to get it out, that things get, like, a little, like, kind of like putting it in a bottle and, like, you know, bottled up things. It's like, to be able to have that creative outlet or something that you're passionate about, or, like, even thinking about, like, when was the last time that you stayed up all night, like, excited about, like, coloring a picture, or, like, whatever, like, putting together a toy, like, one of those model trucks or something, like whatever, like, you can totally, like, lose, like, we just lost time earlier, you know, like, whatever, you can totally lose time about, and, like, not even, like, be, like, upset that, like, oh, where did the time go, like, because I was having fun, because time is, like, subjective, you know, like, based on what you're doing in the moment, and it's, like, really, that's what I thought of, is, like, find that passion, find that spark, find that thing that makes you feel magical, and, like, on the other side of that fear and doubt is, like, where your magic lies, you know, like, you know you got it in you. You like, probably even, like, daydream of you, like, thinking about, like, ooh, I could be doing this thing, whatever it is, and it's like, but then you have that, like, oh, no, I can't. It's like, what, why? Well, yeah, you can, like, just, like, even just seeing other people doing it, it's like, I could do that, but then, like, go for it.
You know what's crazy, y'all? Look at the flame of the candle that's going on in the background right now, y'all.
It's dancing.
Look at that. It was just going crazy as she was talking, and I was like, that's really cool. That is a sign. Yeah.
The flames are burning.
The flames are burning. It's like I was hearing like Pitbull, where it's like fireball. Yeah, no, it's when you were talking about staying up late. You know what? The last time I stayed up really late, not caring about what time it was, I downloaded a video game called Timberborn, and it's a city building civ focused on beavers, and they're beavers that build cities and dams, and like you have to build this civilization. And I sat there and I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing, because like my family's got a thing for beavers. It's a long story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what does beaver mean to you?
Yeah, there's a lot of lore here. But yes. And so basically I was up until like 5 in the morning playing this game, and I was like, holy cow, like I've got work tomorrow and whatever, and I was like, no. The beavers matter. I was like, I have to do this, because it's something about like it runs in my family too with video games, where we don't play video games for a long time, and then when we have access to one we really want to play it, we just binge.
Oh yeah,
for like
it's
been
so long since I did that.
3 days. Well, and that's the thing, like you need to do it, because after that I felt like, okay, I'm a human again. Like, okay, I can do it.
I accomplished it. It was like, but like, another like, what's so funny is like the way that my mind works is like, I immediately start thinking of like symbols. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what is the symbolism behind it? Like, the first thing I thought of is like, you're directing flows as a beaver. You're like directing flows of energy and like making sure, I don't know how the game works, but I'm just assuming you're making sure the water gets to the right place and doesn't go to the wrong place, and like not letting energy leakage, as well as creating the boundaries and like working on that. It's like staying up all night and feeling accomplished. Like that's what I'm thinking. It's like I just visually accomplish being able to set the boundaries and the flows, and like I feel good doing it. So like, yeah, like
you can starve the beavers by accident. Like, well, so when you talk about flow, like actually there's a cycle of droughts. So like what happens is like there's like a river, and then you can like power your different units and stuff, and so then when there's droughts you have to prepare for droughts.
Okay.
and conserve on water, and so then if there's not enough food for your beavers they starve to death, and so it's like an actual like survival whatever.
Priorities and conservation, all
but
these
it's
good
like
lessons.
when I played like civ games similar to this one, or civilization games, like when they're people, I felt bad when they started, but like when the beavers died I was just like, no, like the beavers died. I can't. I'm such a horrible city builder. Because I was just started the game.
Like honestly, I'm supposed to think of like Neopets or Tamagotchi pets. I'm like, no. Like I would literally like leave them with my mother. I'm like, Mom, can you take care of these? I have to go to school, but I don't want my Neopet or my Tamagotchi to die. Like, yeah, because it's a pet. It's an animal.
Well, like, why would they make those games like they live longer, so that way when you do go to school you're not going to come home and they've pooped everywhere and whatever. Like the Neopets, like that's what you have to do. You have to clean up their poop and you got to feed them regularly. Right. And so then like
they got sick, you need to play with them, they're sad.
Yeah, and you're like, it's been like 8 hours, and then you come back from school and they're dead, and then you're like, why? Like a kid doesn't have the attention span. You got to have it longer.
I just want kids to get in trouble at school or get their toys taken away and say they have attention issues, and I don't know.
Listen, you gotta,
anyways,
you gotta protect Neopets out here, because like that alone, like they're like, how many Neopets have died as a result of negligence of their programmers?
We have school. Sorry, I can't take care of my pet.
Since we're talking about severance and sentient beings having lives, okay, this is all a part of the program, where you gotta make sure that like that was a living sentient being that is now not existent because some child did not have the appropriate ability to take care of it, and that's all the programmer's fault. Anyways,
and now they like feel bad about it. I'm like, I remember that time that I let my pet. Don't feel bad about it.
You should feel a little bad. A little bad. It's okay. God, it went to heaven. Your Neopets went to heaven. Okay.
Oh jeez. Neopet heaven. I can only imagine. Is that where the Care Bears live? Okay.
This is like, Make sure you follow us on our social medias. We're on Instagram, Facebook. We've got websites. We've got business cards.
I like to talk to people.
Yes. Okay, let's check out the chat. Yeah, we're looking a little dead today. I was gonna say, sometimes too, like with live streams, they come in waves. And usually I have my live streams on later because usually when people are off of work. But that's okay. We can still continue to do our thing. Because also too, sometimes these live streams lie on viewership because I've been like, oh, there's like a different amount, and then people are chatting that aren't actually being registered, and I'm like, or what they do is they will have YouTube on a different tab, and then it doesn't count, but then they're still listening.
And still, if there's like, replay, the possibly, some of these messages might be helpful later for someone.
Yeah, I like doing that. Just for all the folks that could be here today. So, yeah.
Do you want to pull like 2 more cards?
Yeah, let's do that again. I was gonna say because that was kind of cool.
We use my other deck, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do. Oh, I'm gonna do my romance deck. This is
feeling.
Ooh.
What's the love message?
Okay, no. That's what we gotta do. We gotta do love messages for the collective because everybody loves those. Everybody's always asking. Those are my YouTube videos that do the best. See, look at the people. Look at the people.
Look at the people.
They heard.
Oh, hey. Love messages.
Listen, y'all will do anything for some genitalia, okay? Like.
Oh, jeez.
Listen. I know. When I was doing live streams all the time. I knew all the tea, and that's okay, y'all. Like, cause I totally get it, cause I know what it's like to be, lost in your feelings and wanting to know the answers to everything. But at the end of the day, God loves you very much. I just suddenly had like a VeggieTales flashback, and I was just like, or whatever you follow. I'm not strictly just God. Loki loves you. Odin loves you.
I don't know why, but like I literally heard like that scene from like Goonies, and they're playing that Cyndi Lauper. Just wanna have fun. Yeah, I just wanna have fun.
Just wanna have fun.
Just wanna have fun.
Oh my gosh! All right, yeah. Let's hone in and get the love messages for the collective. Okay, we're gonna just like.
Sure. Okay.
Aw, this is so sweet! Some of you guys lost hope. And I'm like, no, it's like... Alright, I'm bringing 2 cards. Since you have a tarot card, I'm doing 2.
Oh gosh, no, that's not what was supposed to happen. Let's see what I can see that just fell over.
Thank you, collective. Thank you for sharing your love life with us. We already know.
Ace of Cups. I had to I saw it and then I had to. So let's just see what we got here.
Oh, we got Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the High Priestess.
I didn't mean for this card to come out, but Spirit's the heck you did it. Okay.
All right, let's see what cards I got. We got How can I move on when my life is blue without you? What have I been saying? This Justin Bieber energy.
So long. Oh my god, Leanne rhymes. Why the hell? Okay. Anyways,
who we got? I just want to hold you forever. I don't even think this is just about romance. This is kind of like y'all are just grieving. Shit. Can I pull a clarifier? Since you got 3 cards, another one.
You can go for that, and let's see.
Yeah. Okay, we got Sacred Pool, which let me go ahead and pull out the deck and see what the deck says. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world.
Okay.
Okay, so if you got no love inside of you, then there's going to be no love outside of you, okay? When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? No!
God.
No! This is what the Galactus saying, the sacred pool. Sorry.
Like I have like TLC like popping in my head now. It's like and like first it was like I don't want no scrub can't get no love from me. But then like the next one was that like when she read that it's like TLC that I'm so damn pretty. I'm pretty too. So it's like yeah like. Look in the mirror.
Yeah, y'all are hot.
Like what the heck?
I know, that's what I'm sitting here. I was just like, this energy is not matching up, and that's why I was like, what you're doing inside, you're holding y'all are holding yourselves hostage. This is a jailbreak, okay? I'd be like, no, I'm kicking your brain to the curb, okay? I'm like, no. The sacred pool card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Rigorous honesty. That's all we do around here. Reflect by
the... to be wrong.
I'm gonna hit my head off this thing. That's a sign of the times. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? She's got cat ears. Okay, look at how magical this is right now. Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? That was really aggressive in my head. I was like, do you notice the spark of the divine?
Do you notice the spark?
The spark in those eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. I got ringing in my ears. Some of y'all need to go to a concert. Seriously, get it all out and be like, you're beautiful. I was thinking about Randy Savage voice.
This is like Randy Savage singing Christina Aguilera. You're beautiful.
You're
no
beautiful.
Matter what are you. Words can't bring me down.
Holy shit. Okay. It says when you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is only needed but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. Oh my god, I had the sillies, and I was going to sit there and start doing Randy Savage the whole way through. I was just sitting there like, you're beautiful, no matter what they say.
like it's really interesting though. Like this is the pool, the water, and like this is like super like emotional, like blue, even like blue, like water, and like. Water, more water, like
we got all that Scorpio.
All this watery, all they got, like we're in the Cancer moon. We got Scorpio over here, and
then what's our Pisces?
So like even like the conscious, like you was reading, it's like the in the conscious, and like this card's like unconscious, like what's something's like deep down in there, like this like feeling, like even like kind of like this like drowning in love, like but internally, like not showing it. I'm not gonna show it. Maybe like a material reach out. Like that's interesting. Like Page of Pentacles came out earlier too. We're doing this reading, so it's like maybe even a little bit of the same.
I feel inclined to ask you more about like this drowning in love feeling.
Yeah,
what is kind of the vibe you're picking up on? With
well,
that?
like it's kind of like it kind of feels like hey, like sacred pill, like.
Ooh, sacred pill.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Shit.
Oh, that
slip of the tongue.
That could be something.
But like honestly, like all this like just feels like this is like someone longing for someone, but like not expressing it at all. Like they're absolutely not expressing it in a way like because it's like sacred even like if you have litter scramble around, that could be scared, like kind of like afraid to like even reach out because it's like maybe I'm kind of seeing like people like kind of like they have this feeling of like mutual like love in a way, or they did at one time, but kind of more feeling like, oh well, they don't exactly want what I want in life, and like our paths kind of met at a weird time, so it's like I'm kind of like sad, like not me, like but like the feeling of like there's like underlying like sadness of like not being able to express that love that they want to with that person, so they're keeping it in their sacred space, they're keeping it hidden, they're in the moon with this love, and they're like, how can I reach out on like a on like a material level, or like a small little business offer, or like something like that, because like I want to be close to you, but because we can't be in this loving connection together, that I'm trying to see if there is another way to be able to offer some kind of gesture that's not going to be too emotionally deep.
So is that what the collective is experiencing, or maybe that person, or is it two people?
I feel like it's like two people, because like I'm like with this card, it's like I just want to hold you forever. Like, how can I move on when my life is blue without you? Like someone like is like crying those messages like internally, but like they don't want to reach out to the other person, but they do at the same time, because there is love and water and emotions that's totally involved in this.
Well, what's strange too is like as you were talking, first of all, I was feeling all this heat in my body that usually it feels like it feels like either hormones or like hot flashes, but it was also kind of like after you've been very emotional, it's like everything being stuck. And I heard the word caught. And so I don't know if that resonates with you, but I was hearing the word like caught, where it was almost like we'll get caught, or I feel caught in this snare, but like spirits being like, no one's keeping you.
Kind of like that caught between like a rock and a hard place kind of thing. It's like,
yeah, but it's kind of like in yourself, you know what I mean? When it's like spirits literally like you can go at any time, like you are
nothing's holding you back. Nothing's really holding you back except for yourself. Like
I'm surprised the Seven of Swords isn't here. You know,
I feel like I saw that. Yeah, like no. I saw that, and I didn't want to put it out there because I'm like, already enough cards came out, and I'm not even using that deck. But I totally saw that, like, there was like a little dishonesty, like maybe even like starting out with the situation that's like, oh, yeah, I can see myself wanting to do something, be more serious, but because of this, that, whatever, or maybe they lied to you, saying that they don't actually want to be with you because they can't handle how much emotion they actually have for you, and they don't like I don't know, that's kind of how I feel.
That's how I feel. I was gonna say, because like sometimes I see those readings where it's like it's just too much emotion, which I totally get, because like I know when you're in that position of, oh god, like there's like the, oh, I got a crush on you and I like you, and then there's like, I can't even go towards you because I know if I mess this up, I will never forgive myself.
Yeah, right.
And so is that kind of like more the energy you're talking of, where it's literally like, or it could even be like, I can't even communicate my feelings because it's like, it just accesses you in a way that all you're experiencing is pain? Or there's, I don't know, there's something, okay. Can we pull another card?
Yeah,
I'm kind of like frustrated. Like
I kind of had a song that pops in my head that like I feel is related, but let's see what the cards have to say.
Okay, we've got Knight of Cups in reverse.
Okay.
Oh, so someone like, it's almost like someone wants to come towards you guys, but they're hiding. Like, I thought this was a gun, but it's like a scroll. And they're just, I feel like there's just something being hidden behind the back, because it feels like it's antagonistic, but it's like, no. And that's why maybe, are you guys feeling threatened by somebody, or like, okay, let's pull another card. I also want get me some messages about the lie. Oh, okay, that was about the lie. Okay, let's do this one, the Empress, and then we got the King of Wands in reverse. And then what's about this lie here? Oh, King of Pentacles in reverse. What the heck? Look at all these sombreros, too. That's all divine masculine energy.
Yeah, like, I see the Empress, but
there's like 3 dudes surrounded by 1 girl. Maybe it's like a group of guys.
Like, all these people just want to hold you forever? That's what I'm feeling like. And you're like, I'm High Priestess Empress sitting on my throne, just
we got some players in our midst?
Look at
are
me!
Are we sitting there being like, maybe that's
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know, yeah. This is kind of strange, because, so the lie, though, with the Knight of Pentacles, what's the lie here? Let's get some, like, actual, like, words here. Maybe only if it resonates with the spirit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to force romance into this, because I almost feel like this lie isn't romantic. This is about something else. It's either about money or privilege, or like feeling like someone's got to have something under the bag, or they're holding on to this treasure trove of like ideas and like this feels like potential. It's like someone's literally holding back on the relationship because they're like holding on to this giant chest and being like, I'm not letting this go, but it's only gonna go to you, but like I can't give it to you because it's not belonging.
Like that even kind of like makes me feel like this is related here, because like the Page of Pentacles of like, I have a message, I want to come with you with this message, but I'm hiding in the shadows of it, and now I'm reversed, and this message I'm trying to come in with, even though it's kind of fueled with love, that it's not going to come through because something's going on with that part.
Right? And you know what's cool too is we've got the red, the blue, and the yellow.
Ooh.
And I noticed that because I was thinking like almost like Powerpuff Girls, where it was like, I was like, it feels like 3 people and 1 girl. But I'm like, I think these are 3 energies.
Red, blue, yellow. Like,
yeah.
No, that's like Alvin and the Chipmunks, isn't it?
Yeah, or like the Wiggles. Okay, let's see what this card says. I just need a date to the movies. Okay, so that's almost like saying like, hey, I want to like I've been getting this card lately where there's a lot of people that are just like, please don't focus on like marriage and wait. Like I literally just want to have something fucking mundane.
Have fun in the moment.
Yeah, because like some of my favorite memories with people are literally just the most intimate, casual moments of just existing by a person.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like we're going to go hang out. We're not going to go plan our wedding. Like we're just gonna hang out. Like
yeah, like can we just
fun.
have like a date? I don't know if this is that person or both of these people, where they're just like, can we just like go on a date and just chill? I want to give you my body, all of it.
Oh, well,
that's part
Netflix
of the lie.
and chill.
maybe we're having sex in a movie theater. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm kind of feeling though is I'm feeling with this movies energy, it's more of like I want like a love like in the movies. You know, there's kind of like this movie-esque kind of being like, hey, like I want that. Like I know that
I want that cheesy shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, and it's also like, it's almost like these 2 people are maybe almost like it feels like a movie, and you kind of want your fairy tale ending, or like there's something about like the movie's not done yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like maybe even the beginning of this like meeting was like that like prophetic kind of like meeting where you're like, how did all of our stars align to make us be able to meet in that way? And it's like, I want to see what happens next in the movie.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, we've got, if I was that shallow, I wouldn't still be around. Ooh. So maybe that lie, there's something about like there's some kind of a lie about, man, someone's down bad for y'all.
Let me see.
I don't know why this camera keeps moving.
I think I might have bumped it last time.
Okay.
I think I bumped it. I'm
no,
sorry.
It's okay. It's just, it's been doing it the whole time. That's why I was like, maybe I need to figure out how to twist it.
So the card that came out here is the Death card. So, are they coming back around? Like, they want to come back around. Like, I feel like they're changed. Like, the person's like changing in a way that they're like, I want to come back around, but how can I do that? That doesn't answer more about the lie, but it's like, or maybe the lie was the new beginning.
Or maybe, so the word that's standing out to me is death. So, was there a death of a relationship that was a lie? Does that feel right? Or is it... Or like maybe someone was trying to pretend like something was over, but that wasn't true? I don't know, my eyes focused on like the eye on your card. So something... We're working through this, you guys. Like again, there's no agenda here. We're just...
Whoa, I didn't mean for that to happen. Whoa, okay. Let's see what popped out on top.
Okay.
Queen of Wands, 4 of Swords. Yeah, like they needed like some rest from the like there was like so much emotion inside of this that like they weren't able to it kind of feels like that whole like, okay, I have so much like I'm like not obsessed with this person, but like, damn, I want to be like around them and talk to them all the time. And it's like the song that came to my mind earlier was like this song from like the 70s. It's like when you're near me, I have difficulty concentrating. I have difficulty like respirating. Like sometimes it gets that. I mean, it's like, damn, like I don't want it to be like that crazy feeling. It's like I need to dial it down a little bit. So it's like, like they needed that time to like take that rest to be able to kind of stop all of this emotional up and down feeling, and like maybe even during that time like was doing something that is trying to help them be able to take the actions that they needed within their own self.
Well, I think that person was dating too, because I'm seeing where they're kind of like, oh well, this it's almost like they're saying like this isn't made up, but like I have to date other people to figure out how to make this work. Because I don't have the skill. I'm like, okay, I want to be like, what do you mean you don't have the skills to date this person?
Like, can you work on it with that person? But it's like, no, to go back to it's like, no, they had to be able to learn these skills with somebody else, because being able to be with somebody that they weren't passionately involved with, like maybe they would have felt a little less guilty of like breaking things off with them later to come back. To the other person, like later, like to the collective, like
I keep seeing like this night, like I keep feeling like, you know, there's like a gun behind the back, and I'm just kind of like, it feels almost like maybe there was like a betrayal, or there's like this anticipation of a betrayal, and so there's some kind of like a lack of trust here, because with this energy, it's like these guys, like they're all lacking confidence. It's almost like I want to turn, like you said before, turn everybody around. But with that Four of Swords, it's almost like someone needed to sleep. I don't know. Is this like masculine and feminine? That's kind of wild, actually.
Yeah, it kind of. Just like he's like pointing like that way.
Pointing.
Like, there's action. Like even with our pentacles being like that opposite ways.
Well, and so when we were talking about movies, I was looking at your Page of Pentacles with the Eiffel Tower. Right. I was thinking of one of those teen drama movies. Is it Emily in Paris? I think.
Yeah, no, Emily in Paris.
Yeah. I'm like thinking of, or like when the Cheetah Girls go to Paris or something like that. There's like a couple different scenarios where it's like, you know, the girl gets their dream trip to Paris and they go out and do their thing, and it's almost like this girl had to go out there and like one person was kind of being like, okay, I have to go out here and have fun. How am I go up? And versus this person's like absolutely destroyed.
No, I think I remember that. Doesn't she have like a love interest that she meets in that? There is definitely that like we're going out to the movies and having this like picture perfect like let's eat our baguettes together.
Croissant.
Sorry, I am not good at accents until like weird accents come out and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? So interesting. Yeah, well.
All right, let's pull one final card to kind of wrap this reading up. Just because I feel like we channeled a lot, and it's almost like Spirit's trying to guide us towards some kind of conclusion, but I don't know. Because I feel like we channeled somebody's story, but I don't know what that means.
It's like, should you stay or should you go? Should you try? Should you not?
But like they're gonna end up together anyway, because that's how the movie goes.
The happy ending. Oh god.
Yeah, and it's like obviously like not like we don't guarantee happy endings here, but like to me, I'm like this Empress knows something. Maybe you just need to go on a date with that person, and then it's all gonna be over. Am I crazy?
Right? It's like, just go hang out. You don't have to, like, decide you're forever, but let's just go on a date. And maybe give a little bit of your body. I saw the card.
Just, like, make out for a little bit. It doesn't have to be whatever. You don't have to go
I just want to hold your hand.
I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. All right, let's try one last card to kind of wrap up this message, because I don't know. I'm feeling good, but it's kind of inconclusive energy. All right, which
Cups. I just want to look at that. Love, new feelings.
Well, I even saw with like the pentacle in the bird's mouth. It was almost like I felt like money once again is on the heart, the mind of someone's heart.
Like, how can we do it together? I'm trying to come up with a creative way for us to reunite, but none of those plans right now seem like a great idea. So
Okay. Let's pull a card on what message does Spirit have for each person. You do person 1 and I do person 2.
All right.
Okay.
just flipping over and just seeing the first card I saw, I had to it made sense.
Aww.
Okay,
what did you get for your card for person 1 in this?
Person 1 is finding a way to make balance and peace with that. Together. It doesn't mean that you have to be in a relationship together. Partnerships and friendships and relationships happen in multiple different ways. So if there's a way that you can come together and find that peace, just to be sharing that cup, doing a cheers together, that's where I see person 1 is let's just go ahead and do that. Let's find a way to make peace together.
Okay. So what I'm picking up on for person number 2, we've got the magician in reverse. I was hearing let go, because there's something about you're in your head too much about this connection and allowing things to kind of end up as they are. I don't know what came between the two of you, but you need to start fresh. And specifically with the magician, you're sabotaging this against your highest good rather than just kind of letting things play out. Don't try to play God, don't try to manipulate the situation, because there's something about with manipulation, I think you guys are way too similar. And I think maybe because you're similar, I see two people standing back to back when they're supposed to be facing each other. And I think of the Two of Cups, where it's usually they're in the classic tarot, rider waite, you've got the woman holding a cup and the man, and they're facing each other, versus it seems like you guys are facing the opposites, and then you're yelling at each other over your shoulder and be like, hey, I hate you, but I actually can we just talk? It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's even thinking about the Ace of Cups card that we just saw, with the peace stuff, it's kind of even go out and send that message. Send that message, and what happens.
Send
I send
a white flag.
I send my offering of peace, and if it comes back, whether or not I'm not worried about the outcome of that, because it's kind of the whole set it and forget it. Just send your message out there of peace offering, and then just forget about it and just move on. But make peace with that at the same time.
Make peace with what happened.
With what happened? Because it's it felt like it was an abrupt kind of
fuck you.
Yeah, it's there's people all around. Things are getting muddy, messy. So I'm just gonna break away from that. But then it's okay, well, some time has passed. I'm gonna send my message. How's it going? Do you want to get together or something? But if you don't get that response back, it's you threw your white flag. You make peace with that. It's what happens.
But I have a feeling this person's gonna respond though and react, because clearly these two people there's a little.
They can't break apart. Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly y'all can't stop messaging each other anyway.
Can't stop that feeling.
Can't stop the feeling. Well, anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for stopping by on the live stream. Once again, please make sure to check out Daniela's social medias with Purple Star Tarot. If you liked her reading style today, please go ahead and start booking her, because she's a really amazing reader. And she also does other stuff too. So as she's kind of going out there and expanding into the world, please make sure you keep up with her as she goes on her tarot reading career. And also over here at Mind Over Mania, please subscribe, and share with your friends, because we're going to have more live streams. I don't have a set schedule yet, but I'm hoping to get more guests on here and have more live streams as things start ramping up over here. But you have to follow my social medias to know when things are coming. Okay, and as a reminder to everybody, I'm going to be releasing pick-a-card readings every Tuesday. That's going to be an ongoing thing, fortunately. And then check out with my blog, we talk about spirituality, we talk about mental health, and we have a different opinion pieces. So make sure you subscribe to my blog to get all the updates about that. And if you are struggling with your mental health, I do have a link on my website to professional resources. So in case you are sitting there saying, hey, I'm dealing with something, maybe, you know, I'm questioning how to navigate this relationship with this person, talking to a therapist would be really beneficial to help you get that clarity. Yeah, because again, we are not trained mental health professionals. We are spiritual tarot readers at the end of the day. So, yeah. But yeah, do you have anything else to say to lovely people?
Yeah, it was just so great to meet y'all, and hopefully we can catch paths later on my social medias.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, she's primarily on Instagram, and she has her own website, as she said.
Instagram, so. Facebook, and working on getting on the YouTubes too. So yeah, hopefully I'll share some more of my talents with you. Serenade you a few times.
Yeah, we had a lot of singing going on with the live stream today. But thank you guys so much for those of you that showed up, and we will see you all next time. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
You.